Warwickshire offers great roads for motorcyclists, and hundreds of riders turned out to a Project Edward Awareness Day to start the season, organised by the county's Road Safety Partnership at the Caffeine and Machine venue just outside Stratford. Visitors and exhibitors described the event as a huge success, with excellent levels of engagement. Encouraging riders to be safe is a priority for Police and Crime Commissioner Philip Seckham.
We have too many fatalities and serious injuries on our roads, and I noticed that when I first got elected 7 years ago. So we've particularly concentrated on making sure on education. We have a lot of engagement and partnerships with our local authorities, who tend to do the engineering works and traffic calming works. And of course, the police force, which I hold to account, have a particular role on enforcement of the law and the highway code. So with all three of those, we're trying to make Warwickshire's roads and their users as safe as we possibly can.
Inspector Jem Mountford from Warwickshire Police leads efforts to keep all road users safe, but as he explains, it can be quite a challenge.
Motorcyclists make up a significant portion of the fatalities that we have in Warwickshire every year, which is really sad. And we try and do everything we can to promote safer riding, to try and give some advice, just see if we can bring those numbers down. We find that people, especially this time of year, when they're just getting back into biking after a winter layoff, they're a bit rusty, their skills are perhaps not as sharp as they need to be, and unfortunately we do see mistakes which lead to people going off the road, which can lead to some serious injuries or even death.
One organisation supporting the Sunday event was Mental Health Motorbike. We heard from its representatives Karen Cole and Paul Oxborough.
We have a whole series of volunteers across the country, and they're creating an awareness of how important it is to engage with your mental health, talk about it. What we're trying to do is break the stigma and, generally sort of encourage bikers to open up and talk if they're struggling.
Motorbikes are really crucial to mental health. It's an absolutely great way to improve your mental health and to keep your mental health where it needs to be. So it's all about bikers looking after other bikers and nurturing the community and making sure we all get the most from our bikes.
We asked riders for their thoughts on making journeys safer. These two spoke from extensive experience of riding in the USA, France and India, as well as in the UK.
One of the big things that we were talking about earlier is that having a requirement for all road users to at least have some physical time on a bike and understand that a bike is there. I've never seen anyone do that in any country that I've been to or ridden in. The idea of doing that does actually sound amazing, because that's one of those things that that would give unprecedented level of awareness for other drivers.
There's no such thing as bad weather, just the wrong gear.
You get used to it real quick.
You get used to it real quick. It definitely changes. I mean, I ride sports bikes, so if you're throwing a sports bike into a corner in the wet, you're kind of stupid. But yeah, obviously taking the corners a little bit more gently and things like that is the only logical thing to do.
Everyone is in agreement that even just one death on the road, in Warwickshire or anywhere, is one too many. Inspector Jem Mountford explains there are some worthwhile initiatives taking place.
To help us reduce these fatalities, there's a number of projects across the county, such as Bike Safe, where you can come along, go out with a police rider, get some advice on how your riding is, see if we can make you a little bit safer. We also do Biker Down. What would you need to do to try and help save their life to sort of minimise the risks? We just want to try and give people the skills to keep themselves safe and to not end up, unfortunately, the wrong side of a hedge and us having to come along and pick you up.
And as PCC Philip Seckham is quick to point out, if it works here in Warwickshire, he's ideally placed to share success with a much wider audience.
And I currently serve on the National Board of Road Safety of Police and Crime Commissioners, which is an excellent platform to promote road safety right across the country. So we're looking forward to more activity, we're looking forward to more engagement and more safety messages being given out not only in Warwickshire but right across the country.